So, Caspa, should you still just focus on the tech, or is it time to just focus on the price? Because the price continues to go down. We have a lot to discuss in today's video. I came across a couple posts that really had me start thinking. So I want to share my thoughts with you guys in this video. This is one that you do not want to miss, that is for sure. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I could always be wrong. Make sure you guys do on research. Now, real quick before I get into things, for anyone looking for a great crypto exchange, check out my link to BTCC. They've still got this $300 USDT giveaway happening. Goes towards one winner. How to be eligible for this draw: you sign up, deposit, and trade between November 3rd and 15th. All users signed up using my link, new and old, is eligible. Again, BTCC, the link is going to be in my description down below for anyone that's interested. Now, before I start talking about Caspa and how it's just not performing all that well, I need to show you guys this, okay? So none of these coins, with the exception of some on the day, but majority of these coins are not performing well at all. So anytime I see people pointing fingers at Caspa, oh, Caspa only goes down, you've got to point fingers at the entire market, because the entire market is it's not performing the way that we want it to perform. Okay, like, let's be honest, SWI is down 6%. SWI is back into the $1 and something range. Like, it sucks. You see Aave over here down 10.5%. You see Jupiter down 8.5%. Like, these coins are just, it sucks, man. It absolutely sucks. A lot of people aren't making that much money right now, but this is a space that we decided to enter, and we know that crypto is extremely volatile, but we also know that there is going to be a bounce. It's a matter of when is the bounce going to happen, because right now Bitcoin is below $100,000. But anyways, let's get into an article that I came across. So I came across this thing right here. So the real catalyst behind Caspa's potential run to $4. So Caspa has dipped by close to 30% in the last month, a move that could send cold chills down the spines of investors. Caspa's ecosystem keeps working so that the token has something valuable to offer its community. Analyst says that the token has what it takes to push towards $4 because the chain blends speed, fairness, and strong proof of work design. His views come from looking into how Caspa functions at its core and why its tech gives it room to grow. And then a couple expos here. So this one says, Caspa is the fastest proof of work chain you're sleeping on at 1.3 billion market cap. Honestly, I keep adding to my stack. Caspa has a mix of fundamentals, tech, narrative hooks that make it an appealing underdog for L1 focused investors and projects. And then another expose here says, my bold predictions for Caspa 2026, Binance and Coinbase listings, growing retail adoption, and major ecosystem expansion with new dApps, 50 cents to 80 cents. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's possible for 2026? 80-cent Caspa? Let me know in the comment section down below. But what else does it say here? So for 2027, ZK and DAG-Knight upgrades and VPROG's rollout, spark a tokenization boom and deeper network adoption, $1.20 to $2 for 2027. Again, let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comment section. But I saw this here on X. So it says, the sentiment is widely different between Bitcoin X and Caspa X. Bitcoiners are focused on the price. Caspians are focused on the tech, innovation, and how Caspa will change the world. Do you guys agree with this? Do you believe that Bitcoiners are just focused on the price and Caspa or Caspians are focused on the tech, innovation, and how Caspa will change the world? And if you are focused primarily on the tech, how much does the price even matter to you? That's what I'm very curious about, because a lot of investors are focused on the price. And I get it. We come into this space because we want to make the most amount of money, right? There's pretty much one reason why most of us came into the space to begin with. We heard that Bitcoin was rallying. We know that someone is making tons of life-changing returns in this space. So we're like, okay, let's get into crypto as well. And then while we're here, we find certain projects that we like and we latch on to it. And we feel like it's the next great thing. For some of us, it's Caspa. For others, it might be something else. You know, everyone, as long as you conducted your own research, everyone's going to have a different opinion on multiple coins in this space. But what do you think most investors care about most, the tech or the price action? Because there are two types of investors. The one with a long-term vision are typically focused on the tech. The shorter term vision people are focused on the price. Now, I am going to say that you need to be focused on both, because the last thing that we want is not to make money. Like, we're here to make money, right? So we want to focus on the tech and we want to focus on the price, but it depends on why the price is going down. Because if the price is going down but the tech continues to go up because it continues to evolve and just getting stronger and better, then the price in the short term shouldn't necessarily matter if you have a long-term vision, right? So while Caspa isn't doing all that much, I believe that people need to be looking elsewhere to make that money back if you're currently down big time on something like Caspa. Because there's lots of great opportunities in the market. Are they equally as good as Caspa? It all depends on your research, right? But we're here to make money, not only lose money, because making money helps builds confidence. And this is why I have many different coins in my portfolio, but I'm very focused and I'm very selective with the coins that I choose to add to my portfolio. I do everything. I do short-term trading, swing trades. I do long-term holding. Like, it all just depends on the project for me, right? And Caspa is one of those coins I've told you guys I'm holding this in for the long term because I see the vision. Even though when you take a look at the price action on Caspa and you take a look at the price action on some of these KRC20 tokens, like, these things have been just devastated. Nacho sitting at 5.5 million. That's insane. Caspi sitting at 1.3 million. You got Kango 1 million going under a million. That is crazy levels. Crazy levels, man. But I still believe because I still see the vision, right? But again, if you guys have been watching my videos, you already know Caspa is not the only thing that I hold in my portfolio. And I have made I've made a lot of money elsewhere. So this is why, again, it's easier for me to continue to hold Caspa because my portfolio had been held up by other coins that's made me some pretty decent returns in this market. So ultimately, it just comes down to how you navigate through the market. While your number one conviction coin isn't doing much, hopefully you're able to make money elsewhere. Okay. Now, if we check out the price action here for Caspa, this thing is sitting at 0.045. In that crash a few weeks ago, this thing came down to 1 cent, just slightly below 1 cent. And I told you guys that because of that, investors are going to realize what is possible for this market. And I guarantee you guys that people are trying to get Caspa all the way down here at these levels right here because they saw what's possible. All right, so looking at this chart on Caspa, some might even say, it's not a exact, but some might even say this kind of looks like a bearish head and shoulders pattern. All right. And if this thing does play out, it gets pretty nasty here. And it could inch us closer and closer towards that penny mark. So I do want you guys to be a bit careful right there when it comes to DCing into your Caspa positions. And also, if you take a look here at this indicator, we're just in this bearish momentum that goes way back. So the charts is not looking good. I don't see any potential reversal on the charts as of yet. I don't see anything that looks good on the charts. But again, you guys need to understand Bitcoin is sitting at 95,000 right now. Okay, Bitcoin got heavily rejected right here. Tried getting back into these lines that I have drawn in, and it just got heavily rejected at 106. Now it's sitting at 95,000, and who knows what the weekend is going to bring us. It could get pretty ugly, and you don't want to be catching a falling knife. So be careful when it comes to DCing into your favorite positions because, yeah, it could get pretty disgusting out there. But scared money don't make money. So you're going to have to pull that trigger eventually, but make sure you guys buy off of support levels and don't run out of cash because it's always good to have cash on the side, all right? But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links down below. And until next time, take care.